Hey, this is Knife Standards. Today I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing and kind of an overview of the CJRB Pyrite. And, normally I would do my first impressions unboxing and then maybe a couple weeks later do a full review, but I'm not going to be doing that with this guy. It is moving on to a friend of mine, so I'm just going to do one video on it, and it's going to be kind of an unboxing overview. Again, the CJRB Pyrite. We'll go ahead and get into that in just a second, but first, please follow me at Knife Standards. You can follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for a lot more knife content and weekly knife reviews. All right, let's get this out of the way, and let's see what it's all about. So this is a button lock, and I would also consider this a budget knife. Let's see, plastic bag, nothing else in there. And, some people are really super into the button locks. I'm not one of them. Actually, a different friend of mine is super into, the axis lock, button lock, anything where you don't have to put your finger in the way of the blade. I'm more partial to, frame locks, but button locks are super popular right now, and for good reason. I mean, they're really cool. My knife of the year, not quite a button lock, but kind of, similar, different locking mechanism, but it was the Brown Knives FSD. You do push a button, even though it's not really a button lock. Anyway, so if you've never experienced the button lock, they're super fun and fidgety and cool, and they're also really easy to do a bad job manufacturing. Like they're really easy to screw up. So I've come across amazing button locks like the ProTech Malibu, and then some other not so great button locks. So and then there are plenty more that I have not tried. So I'm not the button lock expert here. Let's go ahead and get it out of the baggie. And wow, so right away, this thing is chunky. I mean, it's not big. It's just like feels overbuilt, feels pretty heavy, which I actually like. You're gonna know this is in your pocket, and the reason it's heavy is the scales are steel. The scales are stainless steel, as opposed to titanium or G10 or whatever, and that definitely adds some heft, which is actually pretty unique. I think I've only seen one or two other knives with stainless steel scales. So thumb stud only deployment. We got the button, nice deep carry clip. Everything is DLC coded on this version. There are a few different versions. And again, this is kind of that budget knife category. I consider anything $100 or less to be a budget knife, if you were wondering. Standoffs. Everything's coded except for the button and the hardware. And I'm assuming the reason for that is if you coat the button and you coat that hardware, it ends up sticking. The locking mechanism and the button, you get a lot of lock stick and kind of grittiness, so that's actually good that they did not coat that, if you're wondering why that looks the way it does. All right, let's try it. Let's see. Oh, what? Wow. Okay. All right. Amazing detent. Incredible. Wow. And the acoustics. I don't know if that's the, wow. I don't know if that's the steel scales that are making that sound, but acoustics are incredible. And the action, let's see if I can middle finger flick it. Man, the detent is dialed in. I'm not sure how they did that. Wow. Really, really damn good. That feels so crispy and responsive and amazing. I've handled button locks before where, you flick it out and it's like that. It's kind of mushy. This is super crispy. And of course, yeah, zero lock stick. All right, so I'm very impressed with this already. This is a really damn cool knife. Again, DLC coated blade and scales and clip, and we have AR RPM 9. So that's CJRB's, and if you're wondering, CJRB is kind of the budget offshoot of Artisan Cutlery, and I've had some good experiences with Artisan Cutlery stuff, so thought I would check this out. Really cool. Anyway, the blade steel, I think it's their proprietary steel. It's like upgraded D2 or something. I don't know. I'm not a metallurgist, but it's a solid steel. I've had good experiences with it on the other Artisan Cutlery stuff, so it's nice they put that on a CJRB knife. Wow, it feels great in hand too. I'm really liking this. Let's do a quick size comparison. And, you know, I'm going to kind of try and fit everything into this video. Normally I would do the size comparison in my full review, but hey, let's see how it measures up against the RR standard. And I'll bust out the Quiet Carry Drift, which has been kind of living on my desk lately. All right, let's get these measured up. RR standard coming in full, you know, probably cutting edge is close to 3, but full blade length, maybe 3.5, and then about 8 inches overall. The Pyrite, about 3 inches on the blade, 7.25 or so, and then we know this is 3 and 7. So I would consider this a medium-sized knife. It fits my hand really well. Full 4-finger grip. We can go ahead and get these out of the way. And let's check some ergos. Where am I going to put this? All right, let's check some ergos. Man, the action is great. So good. Ergos feel awesome, actually. Jimping is interesting because I feel the jimping, but it's a little bit slick for me, actually. It doesn't look slick, but they actually could make that a tiny bit sharper, or maybe you know, shorten the jimping, shorten, you know, the area in between each mark, kind of shorten it down, make them smaller and maybe a little rougher. I feel like my thumb would appreciate that, but some people don't like jimping at all, so personal preference there. Feels great in hand. The only thing I feel a little bit is the deep carry clip. You know, I don't need a deep carry clip on my knives, but it's not bad. It's not bad when it comes to deep carry. Good retention. You know, we have to adjust our expectations for a knife that's under $100, a budget knife. You know, I'd love to see that recessed into the scale, but again, for the price, I think they're crushing it. A wire clip on this guy, whew, oh man, that would be very, very cool. There is a little choil. Yeah, my fat finger doesn't really fit in there. I mean, it kind of does. I just feel like I'm a little bit too close to that edge. It's there though. If you kind of pull back, it works. It's not the most comfortable choil, but it is there. This is much more comfortable where I kind of lay back and get my thumb on the jimping. Now, what kind of hardware are we working with? Looks like T8. It looks like T6 is here and then T8 on the pivot. Well, I think this may be the best budget button lock. Now, again, there's dozens that I have not tried, but for sure, you know, the oh my gosh, the button locks that I've tried of the budget knives, this is by far the best one. Has the best action. Ergos are good. Man. What do you guys think? Let me know. Again, I'm gonna go oh, my alarm's going off. I'm gonna go drop this off to a friend of mine and see what he thinks. He's actually never tried a button lock. So to have this as his first button lock, I think would be very cool. Looking good. I don't know. I'd be interested to see. I wonder if they have like a a more premium version of this. I gotta do some research. maybe with some carbon fiber or something. I wonder if they make a titanium version. I don't know. I got to do some research and check it out. I think that just about wraps it up. Good ergos, amazing action, solid steel. I do like the totally DLC coated, you know, the stainless steel scales they feel good. Nice heft, nice weight to it. Full flat grind. And this for my personal taste, I think they did a great job. For my personal taste, hollow grind, little carbon fiber, little titanium. Whew. Oh man, wire clip, or like kind of like a minimal, like a smaller minimal milled titanium clip. This thing is cool. Can I slow roll it? Yes. And even that is very responsive. Like you can, man, that's good. Well, I'm really impressed. I like this a lot. And I might have to pick up one for myself. Again, this is the CJRB Pyrite, kind of an offshoot of Artisan Cutlery. And shout out to them. I mean, you know, this video is not sponsored or anything. But when I was at CCKS in the fall, they were some of the coolest, nicest guys at CCKS. You know, they came by to my table and talked to me, and I came by to their table, and they were just super friendly and warm and welcoming. So shout out to them. And hopefully they'll be there in the spring, which is now. CCKS spring is coming up in just a couple weeks. I will be there. Come by if you're local, or if not, you know, fly in and check it out. I will be, I'll have some really cool stuff actually. I'll be exhibiting, I'll have my table, I'll be walking around. It should be a lot of fun. This has been Knife Standards. I'll catch you later.